Hello everybody and welcome back to part 7 of What If Deku Had Great Sage. Now as usual I would ask you to like and subscribe. It will really help my small channel grow, and I'm not gonna waste any more time. I'm just gonna get into it. Uraraka was staring at Izuku's back, unable to say a thing. She wanted to thank Izuku for his help, but nothing came out. Before she gained the courage to finally say something, he was dragged off by President Mike, who was shouting about Izuku destroying the facility and how much effort it would take to fix it all. Inside the faculty office, Izuku was now regretting every choice that had led him to this moment, as he was being stared at by all the teachers of UA. Damn it. I should have just taken the exam like a normal person. Why did I have to go show off? Now they're gonna ask me a bunch of questions, Izuku thought to himself. Izuku looked down to see a mouse in a suit. Hi, I'm Principal Nezum. Don't worry, you're not in any trouble. We just have some questions we want to ask you. Ah, I knew it, Izuku thought to himself. That power of yours, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. Not only do you seem to have multiple quirks, but those quirks seem to be able to combine with each other to form even more powerful quirks. Would you mind explaining how your ability works to us? Well, it seems like they know pretty much everything. I should probably explain it, but I should leave out the part about Great Sage. I don't think they'd believe me. My quirk's name is Copycat. As the name implies, it gives me the ability to copy other people's quirks, and it also gives me the ability to combine them to form even stronger quirks that are much more powerful than the quirks that were used to make them up in the first place. However, I can't just copy people's quirks on a whim. I have to be exposed to the quirk itself before I'm able to copy it. And the time I have to be exposed to it depends on how complex the quirk is. The simpler the quirk is, the less time I have to be exposed to it, but the more complex the quirk is, the more exposure I need. The teachers in the room looked at him in amazement, one thought passing through their minds. That's so unfair! All Might stared at Izuku with a look of worry on his face. This kid, his abilities, they're so similar to him. If I don't guide him towards the right path, he could become an even bigger threat than All for One. The silence was broken when Principal Nezu spoke once again. Izuku, thank you for that explanation. And I have to say, after that display of power, you're pretty much guaranteed a spot on UA. Now, all you have to do is just go home and wait. We hope to see you here in a couple of months. Izuku bowed to everyone in the room, joy evident on his face, before he left in a hurry. We should keep an eye on that boy. Who knows what could happen if he decides to take an interest in him. Everyone else in the room nodding solemnly. On his way back, Izuku was freaking out. He was running around, jumping, shouting, cheering, just basically being a public nuisance. I can't believe it. I made it. I made it to my dream school. But I do get the sense that all the teachers now are wary of me. I guess it's only natural. I mean, it's pretty much unheard of for a kid to have as much power as I do. Anyway, now all I have to do is just wait and try and gain everyone's trust. Across the street, Izuku could see Bakugo staring at him with a blank expression as usual. Izuku tried to say something to him, but Bakugo just walked away without saying anything. Why is he so quiet now? Did I do this? A few weeks later, Izuku was sitting in his living room watching TV with his mother when he heard a knock at the door. His mother quickly went to answer the door and came back with a package. Izuku, I think this is it. I think this is what we've been waiting for. Inko put the package on the table and Izuku could see the symbol for UA on top of it. This had to be it. He already knew that he would pass, but he was still nervous. He calmly opened the box and a hologram appeared. I am here! A familiar yell came from the hologram as All Might suddenly appeared. Congrats, young Midoriya, for you have made it into UA. We were all very impressed with your showcase of power. Never before has anyone done what you did. Not only did you show that you have power, but you also showed that you have the heart of a hero when you saved your fellow participant from the zero-pointer. And to further add to your accomplishments, you've also achieved the highest score in UA history, with 45 rescue points and a whopping 180 combat points. You've well surpassed my score, with a whopping 225 points. From what you've shown us, it seems that you're well on your way to becoming one of the greatest heroes in history. Welcome. This is your hero, Academia. See you soon. Time skip. It had been a few weeks since Izuku had received his acceptance speech from All Might. Well, all that time, he was just excited. He couldn't go to sleep. He couldn't think of anything else but going to UA. And now, the time had come. He was now standing in front of the giant doors of Class 1A. I wonder what kind of people I'll meet, and what kind of quirks I'll be able to replicate, Izuku said with a mischievous smile, before he stepped in. As he walks in, the classroom goes silent. Everyone was staring at him, some in awe, some in envy, and some in fear. He looked to see if he could find any familiar faces when he spotted Uraraka, who was staring at him with a blush on her face, and Bakugo at the back of the classroom, staring outside of the window, not even paying him any attention. Izuku quickly takes his seat, not wanting to draw any more attention to himself. It would seem that word got out about what I did in the entrance exam. That must be why everyone's acting so weird around me. Izuku's inner thoughts were interrupted when the door barged open and a man in a sleeping bag came in. Huh? You guys already quiet? I guess teaching this year won't be such a pain. My name is Aizawa. I'm gonna be your homeroom teacher. Now, everyone put these clothes on and meet me outside, leaving no room for argument. Now then, I'm going to be holding a practical exam for all of you to see where you're at. Tell me, have any of you been allowed to use your quirks in any physical activities in your previous schools? Everyone shook their head in the negative. Do you want to know why that is? It's because the Department of Education wants to keep the illusion that we're all born equal. I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. Here, you will be judged based on your abilities and combat experience. Now let's get this started. You there, the one with the green hair, Izuku pointed to himself. Yes, you. You scored the highest in the entrance exam, so demonstrate to us what you can do. Take this ball and throw it as far as you can. Izuku nodded his head and stepped up. What quirk is best suited for this? Izuku thought to himself. I've got so many options now. It's getting kind of hard to pick. I could just use explosion, but I think that would take away from Bakugo. Oh, I know. I should use my new ability that I've created. Explosion whips. Izuku nodded to himself in confirmation as he created a whip that wrapped around the ball. He then swung the ball using the whip very quickly and then launched it. At the last second, the whip let out an explosion that boosted the ball and sent it flying. The ball quickly vanished as it crossed the horizon. I hope that didn't hit someone. He could hear Aizawa's machines make a beeping sound. 650 kilometers. Everyone stared at him, jaws down. What? How does someone have that much power? Everyone thought. Izuku turned around to see Bakugo's expression. He wanted to see how he would react to him using his power again. Bakugo just stared at him blankly, not even saying a thing, not even showing a single sign of irritation. Bakugo really has changed, and I'm the reason for it. You see, in this school, you will not be limited by your power usage. You will be able to freely use your quirks whenever and however you want, as long as you don't use it to harm other people and destroy school property. Do not be ashamed of your abilities. Embrace them because that's what makes you a hero. That's what makes you who you are. Aizawa said in a bored tone. Now, I need to make something very clear. The person who falls in last in this exam will be expelled. So everyone, give this all you got, or you'll be out of here before you've achieved anything. Everyone was shocked, fear edged on their faces. What if they got sent home? What if they did all that work for nothing? What would they say to their parents? What would they say to the people who had faith in them? Everyone gained a look of determination. None of them wanted to be sent home, and none of them would. And with that, the exam officially started. For the long jump, Izuku used Uraraku's quirk, gravity, to make himself float, but he quickly found himself feeling sick. Great Sage, you didn't tell me that this power could make me feel nauseous. He didn't hear a reply. Oh, so you're deciding to be quiet now. For the sprint, Izuku used his electric quirk to make himself move faster, just coming a second behind Ida. And for everything else, he just used his basic abilities because he didn't want to reveal too much to everyone around him. He had already showed off at least 3 of his powers. He had to keep a few secrets. Aizawa showed the results to the class. As everyone expected, Izuku was number 1, with Bakugo being a close second, and in last place was Mineta. Panic filled the heart of Mineta as he feared having to go home, but before he could pass out from fear, Aizawa put his fears to rest as he said that was just a joke to make everyone give it their all. Everyone staring at him with expressions of confusion and relief. The next day, the students of Class 1A were outside Block B with All Might. Today they would be taking an exam. Alright everyone, today you're going to be taking your Heroes vs Villains exam. This exam will be taking place in groups of 2. Now, let's start announcing the teams. As All Might started to announce the teams, Izuku tuned out, wondering to himself who he could possibly be teamed up with and how he could possibly work together with them. I kind of don't really need a team. I could pretty much copy the quirk of my teammate and basically do their job. But this exam is about cooperation. If I did everything myself, I'd probably fail. And the final team, Bakugo and Midoriya. Silence reigned. Bakugo and Izuku looked at each other, shock plastered on both of their faces. In Izuku's mind, he was panicking. Oh no, this is probably the worst matchup I could have gotten. This is bad. And that's where I'm going to be ending off for this episode. If you like this part and you want to see more, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It will really help a lot. Also leave a comment so the algorithm will like my videos more. And without further ado, peace out.